Hello everyone, this is Spartan Assassins here, and today we are going to look at our second Shi vessel, which is Shi Yi. So, if you have noticed from the faction unique mechanic, you can see clearly this is the influence mechanic from Sima. Let me have a check. Yeah, Sima Yue. So you will also have his unique building, which is the labor building for Shi Yi, and you have your military emissary and provincial advisor. So I think these are the two things that are newly added or something. Let me check and see Sima Yue.
必当厉行。司马越的所作所为，皆是为。
Alright, so yeah, you did take over everything from Sima Yue. So basically, if you play as Shi Yi, you are going to play the Sima Yue style. The one good thing about Shi Yi is that he starts off with a -10% corruption faction-wide, so it is a good thing, but also a bad thing, because this is a early game where your corruption is not that actually not that high, but somehow you have a -10%. So if you are playing on timeless mode like I do, then yes, of course, during the late game you won't suffer a lot of corruption debuffs and stuff. So let us start the game and we'll actually go in and look at just the situation, because there's nothing much. I could actually just stop like using this map and just stop, but I prefer to go into the map and then slowly explain to you what would you do. Of course, the basic would be invade the Nanman and leave Pan Ling alone, because Sun Quan will ultimately vassalize them. That is your only way. You don't have other choices. Yeah, so we'll go into the map and I'll explain in depth about, maybe talk a bit about his mechanic and eventually what you are expected to do as Shi Yi. So let us get into the game then. Alright, so we are in the game. I'll start off with the character introduction. So first off, you have your Shi Yi, your faction leader, and you have Ma, I think. You have also Guan Meng, Guo Xiu, and Shi Kuang. Now I'm biased. So this is what you start off with. You start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters and 2 commentaries. No, not 2. 1 full commentary, which is He Pu. And unique buildings wise, I don't think so. Who did I have in? Unique buildings wise, you don't have any unique buildings apart from the the labor building from the Sima Yue, and this is your unique building. There's nothing much about it. It does provide some decent income and stuff, but this is up to you to build. So you start off with just 1 commentary and this small stack. And luckily, for if you just saw, you actually got if you are lucky and you get a concubine, you can actually improve your overall faction-wise satisfaction. So, oh, nice. Apparently you start off at war with Pan Ling, so this is a good news. Now, because you are not at war with Pan Ling from the start, unlike the Shi Hui, so what you can do is, because you are a vessel of Shi Yi, and Shi Huang is your another vessel of Shi Yi, so the 3 of you are actually in a good position to expand, I would say, for Shi Hui and Shi Huang, Shi Hui and Shi Yi, start expand west. Like I say, in Shi Yi, you have whatever advantages that the part of the Han Empire faction. So you have the crossbows, you have the caps, you have the better spear guards and stuff. Use them invade the Nanman territories, make sure that you get a foothold here instead of just Hepu, because what you want to prevent is something like when Shi Yi starts to declare war on Sun Quan will eventually invade one of the vessel of another vessel of Shi Yi. I always forgot his name, but you'll always have a look at him. Let us get a small look if I can drag this. Alright, Shi Wu, yeah, Shi Wu. So because Shi Wu is the closest faction to Sun Quan and Sun Pen, your best chance of survival is to secure yourself a foothold in the west. You can, of course, eventually abandon Hepu, but if you don't want to abandon Hepu, it is up to you, because this is also quite a defensible spot. Whoever that comes here, you should have enough time to build at least a stack or two to defend these two areas. Of course, your Hainan, the island of Hainan, and this Shi Yuan could be easily defended if you actually have a stack or two. And if you want to navally invade Sun Quan, it's also possible. You can just invade through here, go into Shi Wu's land, and then from here start invading. And yeah, you basically, what you need to do as Shi Yi is very simple. Secure yourself a land in the west, especially the Nanman territories. Destroy Mulu, destroy Mengho, destroy Shamoke, and decide if you want to invade Liu Zhang, go ahead. It is not wrong. If you want to destroy Liu Tu and Jing Xuan, go ahead, because you'll be at war with Liu Biao if you actually declare war on these two. So go ahead, do what you want. So there is actually not much to be able to talk about Shi Yi. We will eventually go to Shi Huang and Shi Wu, because they also will be taking the faction mechanics from the 8 Princes DLC. Oh yeah, so if you can see here, you have a provincial advisor and military emissary. Provincial advisor, I think, is some sort of just a normal provincial advisor. There's nothing much you can do. I just put a code here just to maintain someone's happiness. Nothing much. Of course, once you reach a level 6, you need to make sure that he goes somewhere up there. And that is actually all for Shi Yi. There's nothing much to be able, like, I can't talk much about Shi Yi as a faction, because he inherits the Sima Yue's faction mechanic, while Shi Yi inherits Shi Hui inherits the Sima Lun's faction mechanic. So there's nothing much nothing much there to talk about the Shi clan and his vassals. Hopefully this short preview is beneficial for you, because if you actually played 8 Princes, you definitely know what is the influence mechanic. And if for those who don't have 8 Prince, I think I'll just take this opportunity to talk about the 8 Prince influence the faction mechanic. And if you look at here, if you are actually inferior, you get a +10 corruption faction wide. So this is why your Shi Yi's initial faction wide bonus is a -10% corruption. Now you don't have to like face a start off +10% corruption, because 10 minus 10 you get 0% corruption faction wide. Shi Yi as a faction leader himself already curbed the negative buff of +10% faction wide corruption, but you still have to face with a +10 construction cost, the 10% and 50% building upkeep. Eventually, if you actually win more battles, you can reach the omnipresent, and here you can actually gain a much more better buffs, like you -3 turns of -3 construction time, -30% construction cost and stuff. So what you want to do, invade the Nanman territories, get your influence up to omnipresent as much as you can, go ahead, and eventually I think you have to build the label for omnipresent or stuff, I believe. Oh no, there is no. I think it is the only Prince where you build the jurisdiction. There you can actually gain the omnipresence. But for here, you only have the Sima Yuan's unit building, which is the labor building. So yeah, there is nothing much. Actually, 40% income from industry. If that's the case, right? If you actually want to go industry economy, right? Go ahead, destroy Sun Quan, because the south here, the southland here, you have actually Poyang, you have actually Tanyang, which is very good in terms of industry. Even I think certain areas in the south, like Xindu or what, I'm not sure, but Poyang and Tanyang, the two of them is actually good for industry. So make sure if you want to go for full industrial economy, go ahead, take out Sun Quan, or you can always go and invade Meng Huo to get this industrial area here in Jianning or Jiangyang. Yeah. So you can make sure that you go ahead and destroy Meng Huo, take Jiangyang from him, and eventually you can have a proper economy, for your industry. And yeah, that's basically all that I could talk for Shi Yi, and hopefully I'll be able to see you in the next one, which is Shi Huang, before we go into Shi Wu. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one then. Bye.